We are going to understand what is a dependency injection in this particular lecture. So, what is this dependency injection and why Spring Boot is so good with the dependency injection? Because we also saw in our last lecture about dependency injection is one of the key feature of Spring Boot. So, what is dependency injection and how we can make use of it? Well, before we get into dependency injection, we first of all need to understand something called as inversion of controls concept. Inversion of control, if you've already heard about it, you know what I'm talking about. But if not, IOC or inversion of control is a design principle that shifts the responsibility of creating and managing dependencies from the class to an external container or a framework. So basically, you are going to be creating the dependency from an external container or a framework instead of the class itself. That is the great thing that you can do with inversion of control. And that's why it is called as inversion of control. So you're going to take that control out and you'll invert it to another system which can take care of that. So using IOC, you can now reduce the dependencies, or decoupling can be done because the class object is going to be created from an external container or a framework. And because you are going to do this operation, you'll also allow dynamic replacement of all the dependencies on that particular class, because now the dependencies are going to be carried out by another container or a framework. That's why you can easily dynamically replace the dependencies. And because of this, you can also do the testing of the code more easier because you have already taken the controls code out. And it is also easy to maintain the code as it's loosely coupled and easy to modify the code. That is the power of the inversion of control, which is great, right? So now you can see that because the class is the sole entity which is responsible for creating all the dependencies and managing the dependencies, and once we take that out from the class, we can do all these operations more easier. And if you are very clear with this inversion of control concept, now let's get into dependency injection. So dependency injection, or DI, which is a design pattern that is widely used in modern software development, including Spring Framework. And this DI is a concrete mechanism of achieving the inversion of control. So basically, DI is the concrete mechanism which achieves the IOC operation that is laid out over here. And the core of Spring Framework is its IOC container, which is responsible for managing the lifecycle of object and injecting the dependencies. That is the entire core of the Spring Framework. And that is the important thing that we are going to be using in this entire course. And you will understand once we get into the course in more detailed fashion. But now you may ask, Karthik, how are we even going to achieve, or how is the Spring Boot is really achieving this IOC operation? Well, Spring Boot uses something called as an XML configuration or annotations or Java-based configuration to define the dependencies and their relationships in the code. And again, XML configuration is a legacy way of doing it, and we are not even going to touch that part in this particular course. But you can use the annotations or Java-based configuration to make the Spring IOC container operation. And once you do that, Spring is going to automatically inject the dependencies into beans based on their configuration. Now we can talk about this beans a lot. I mean, it's a bean really. This is going to be helpful for you to perform a lot of different operations. So you can just think of bean more like a class object, which is going to be injected as a bean in entire code wherever that you wanted to, because all these are going to be taken care by Spring. I mean, the object which is going to be created is going to be managed and destroyed by the Spring Boot. And you will get to know about all those things once we talk about the Spring Bean in our next lecture. But at least as of now, this is what it is. So Spring Boot is going to automatically inject the dependencies into a bean based on their configuration, which is this kind of configuration that you are seeing over here. And Spring supports various bean scopes as well, which means you can set this bean as a singleton bean or as like a singleton object. You can make this bean as a prototype bean or a prototype object, a request bean or request object, session application, something like that. And you can see that Spring is going to control the lifecycle and sharing of the object in the framework for its entire life cycle. So yeah, Spring is the concrete implementation of IOC container, and it is going to take care of all these things for you without you doing anything from the Spring itself. And because I just told quite a lot of things about the dependency injection, we will see what are the different types of dependency injections which Spring does offer. Well, Spring Boot supports these types of dependency injection. One is constructor dependency injection, field injection, or setter injection, or some people say and setter injection, because they both are going to be used sometimes pretty much exactly the same way. So that's how this dependency injections are done. And most recommended operation of dependency injection is going to be the constructor injection, and we will talk about these types of Spring dependency injection in later part of this particular section. But for now, yes, this is just like a high level glimpse of what types of dependency injection Spring does support or offer. Well, as I said, we are going to discuss even more about what is this Spring Bean in our next lecture.